Composition is the way elements are arranged within the frame of an image. It relates a lot to the way you might arrange furniture in your room. Most people like to look at compositions that make them feel comfortable. They also like compositions that make them feel good. All rules of composition are methods for creating these kind of comfortable, pleasurable compositions. But a master of composition can break the rules by controlling the arrangement of elements in an image to direct the viewer's attention and communicate a wide variety of feelings and emotions. Photographers are good at recognizing and isolating specific compositions within their 360-degree panoramic view. When we look at a scene, we're always mentally breaking it down into a mosaic of boxes and judging if they'd make good compositions. If we like what we see, we make a photograph. Many times, we're naturally attracted to compositions that evoke in us feelings of comfort and pleasure. So, the photos we make can communicate those things to the viewer. From a viewer's point of view, the idea of composition is based on the way we can visually understand the way elements are organized in a photograph in order to figure out what we're looking at. The placement of elements in a composition will determine the way the viewer is able to collect all the visual information needed to understand and find meaning in an image. A good composition will lead the viewer through the entire image and help them break down the whole into smaller decodable pieces. On the other hand, a poor composition will confuse the viewer or lead them away from understandings or meanings. The result is uncomfortable and irritating, and the viewer's attention is easily lost. Many people have a natural sense of composition. They never have to study how to successfully put things together in an image. For others, these methods are helpful tools for consideration. Anyone can practice these rules, and the more they're practiced, the more they'll become integrated into your photography. Once you master the rules, then you can go beyond them and break them in order to manipulate them for your own purposes. In this short series of videos, I'll explore some of the compositional rules that can guide us toward making and understanding successful images. It's all about learning how to make better pictures. But at the same time, we're building a vocabulary that we can use to discuss and critique photography. If you know what to look for in a photograph, you'll discover that every image contains the information we need to understand how it's composed. Once we decode a photograph's composition, then this is where the conversation between the photographer and the viewer becomes much more interesting. Here are some of the compositional rules I'll cover in this series. The rule of thirds, balance, symmetry, and lead space, pattern, texture, and leading lines, depth, perspective, figure ground, and also proximity. So now that you know what composition is about, it's time to learn more detailed information about each compositional rule. From here, move on to the second video, the rule of thirds.